Wellness in Woodford with me, Cassie Prather, and our host, Corey Cooley.
That co-host, I'm gonna give you the host chair.
Oh, okay.
You're here. I can't talk. See, this is why I'm not the host. I can't get anything out.
Well, we
You're
do
the one
together.
people are here to hear.
I
to
don't
see,
know about
right?
that. Well, I'll
Whoa.
see what we can do.
I'm making all kinds of noises over here. Good to be here.
Yes.
Good to be well.
Always.
Good to be well in Woodford.
Yes. And that's actually what we're gonna talk about today is staying well.
Ooh, okay.
And one of the buzzwords I know that
Buzzworthy.
well, it's vaccines.
Oh,
And
sure.
Somehow we've switched from, when I was younger, I think they were immunizations, which
I've heard that too.
it's the exact same thing. But I think there's more of like a negativity surrounding the word vaccine.
Oh, the whole COVID and that whole
Yes.
thing. It definitely put a weird spin on it.
Yeah.
Made people maybe nervous that wasn't nervous before.
Yes.
And then and then obviously it turned political, and then that's not something that necessarily needs to be. It's
Right.
We're talking health here, but anyways.
Exactly.
So that I'm with you. I'm tracking.
We are, because so it's very uncertain times as far as public health is concerned, because we, at the end of the day, even though we operate locally and are somewhat funded locally, we also are guided by the federal government,
Mm-hmm.
CDC, those types of things. But I recently, I am a complete and total public health nerd.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I truly love what I do, and even in my spare time, research things. And I listened to a Facebook Live from the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, which is an organization out of Louisville, but they represent the entire state of Kentucky. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, their focus is policy around public health. It's one of the three core functions of public health. So when you're thinking about policy and public health policy, think like seatbelts. So that's one of the things that was made a policy and decreased vehicular injury
that was a
and
good
death.
ad. That was good.
So that's like I think that was a really good decision.
So far, they're 1 for 1.
Yeah. So we've missed on some other things, but as a public health agency, we can implement local policies,
Right.
but we don't really have as much influence on state policy. So that's one of the things that they do.
Okay.
But they're made up. They have a board of directors. And so a couple weeks ago, they had a Facebook Live where I want to say there was an economist on there, several pediatricians.
So it's like a seminar, like a TED Talk almost.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's cool.
There was a public health director, and then the CEO of the foundation was on there, and they talked about nothing but vaccines the entire time. And even though, I feel like I have really done a lot of research and tried to stay up to date with all the things.
In the know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned a ton. And
That's
so
cool.
for a lot of these things that I'm going to bring up today, I can't take credit for it. It was not my idea. But it made sense.
Yeah.
And
It clicked.
so it clicked.
And how long was this?
It was like an hour and a half.
So you've got a lot of singular topic for an hour and a half. Yeah, and a lot of experts like that. Yeah. That's cool, man. I like good knowledge. I like good training.
Yes. And they were some of the best. I mean, we're talking like pediatricians that have been practicing at Norton's for like 30 years.
So they know what's going on.
They've been around. And that was actually one of the things that they talked about.
Yeah.
Being a parent these days, we're at the age where people that are having kids now have not seen polio.
Well,
They have,
That's because because
well, the vaccines did work.
Yeah.
If we keep getting them, they'll work. But like they've never seen anyone with polio.
Right.
They've never, they didn't have chicken pox. They didn't see bacterial meningitis.
Polio was a little bit like I remember my parents having that on their arm.
Yep.
Like it looked like a big old bite, like a horse bite.
Yes.
Or something.
And it had like almost like indentions in it or something.
It looked like someone took a bite out of him.
Yes.
I'm like, dang. So obviously that doesn't say
that one hurt.
but the chicken pox, I remember getting chicken pox. I think I got it twice. But I remember getting all my shots and stuff. That was, I mean, even though Wheeze was Poe, but we were, we were in a holler in Eastern Kentucky and still was able to figure it out. So I think the doctors smoked while they were.
Oh yeah. Back in that day,
actually,
smoked everywhere.
I'm not kidding you. I think a vet. I think a vet
Line
delivered me.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
We'll just give them the 3-way, 6-way, whatever type. Just line up.
Just line it up. Next.
Yes.
Next.
Come on. But that is one thing so
they haven't seen. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Like when you talk about measles, mumps, rubella.
Oh yeah.
Rubiola.
Seen a bit of that.
They're not thinking of the complications, and those types of things because they haven't seen it firsthand. Whereas I know people that had polio and I had chickenpox myself. Some of these things are not front of mind. They're thinking about just the vaccine.
Yeah, I mean.
So it makes me think I would hate to be a parent these days because you've got so much information, and whatever you believe, your social media is going to basically pump your feed full of whatever
the algorithm
is in line with, so you're just going to keep getting reassurance, even if what you think is not evidence-based or, anything like that, research-based.
Well, I would say none of it's, unless you're a doctor with the kid, that's like, you're just, you're not going, I'm not going to go operate on my own teeth. And,
no.
I'm going to go to a professional if something's going on there.
Yes.
So, but to your point, no one's really seen that in a while. Yeah. So it's probably like, what? Polio? Yes. Like, what? Measles? What? That's still like, no, it's a thing. And this is what it looks like. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
okay. I'm tracking.
That just, and what, there's an actual timeline that they had created in when we stopped seeing these diseases as parents and when people stopped vaccinating.
Interesting.
So let's say, for example, our 11th, like our high school age kids are well vaccinated.
Right.
But if you look at kindergarten now, the incoming kindergarten class for this school year statewide is actually one of the lowest vaccinated in our history.
Wow.
And so concerning, especially if you're one of those parents that is sending your immune compromised kid to school, and you may be relying on
herd
everyone
immunity,
else.
Or is that
exactly. Because that's what's going to help your child. If they already have a, circumstance that makes them more susceptible.
Yeah.
So that's really, really concerning. But you just see now parents getting more information from friends and the internet rather than doctors, pharmacists.
It's almost like a perfect storm situation. I feel like it's just that's a lot of that already, the social stuff and then the COVID thing, and then it got split up on either aisle, and it's just
mess.
Like, come on, man.
It's still a mess. And now it's affecting not just COVID. We've gotten to a good place where we probably could have eradicated COVID, honestly, if enough people had gotten that vaccine. But
hindsight,
it's 20, it's or whatever.
Well, you guys did a fantastic job here with that, and with all the measles. I don't know what's going on. We haven't had an update with that in a while, but
no more measles, thank goodness, for a while.
I'm saying, I mean, to your credit, and I promise you, they're not no one's paying me or anything to say. I mean, I'm being dead serious. It's just really reassuring, just to know that you guys are on top of it, and the fact that we haven't seen that. It's like what you were saying earlier. It's like you guys probably haven't seen that or really trained on that until it happened, and then it's like boom, and then you just jumped right in there, boots on the ground, and hats off.
Well, thank you. Yes, and the staff, they're so great to work extra.
The heart is here, man. You walk up and down these hallways, and I promise I'll come back. But you walk into these hallways, you can just feel the heart. You know,
people are here because they want to be here, and they want to serve the people of the community. That's why we're here. We actually had a little bit of a scare on Friday. I got a call from a provider, and they had tested for monkeypox, and so that was a little bit of my Friday and weekend. But the same thing happened with measles. We got a call that someone had been tested, and that it was, really, like a case definition. And then, to vaccine credit, everyone in the house that was vaccinated did not get infected.
Okay.
Everyone that was not vaccinated did.
So probably a youngster then, or see, that's.
So that's what can happen.
Man, those poor little man. Yeah, that would be that's scary to have. I mean, your child's sick in general, but yeesh.
And then to have that on your, I think as a parent, if you've made a decision to not vaccinate, and then your child gets sick, which no one ever wants that.
No, right. Of course.
Then, that's just very difficult.
Very hard situation.
Very,
to
very,
talk
very.
about and to deal with, honestly.
Well, one of the things that came up during the vaccine talk was how they test vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that was kind of brought to light during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But really nothing changed with the process except for the speed. Warp speed, which was actually under the first Trump presidency. He's the one that created the Operation Warp Speed. And really with that, there's typically with any kind of research study, there's a lot of time, idle time, where you're just waiting on approvals and things like that. They didn't have to do that.
All the red tape.
It wasn't there. And then there were a lot of myths about mRNA vaccines. It's not a lot of people think, that's going to change my DNA. No, it's not the same thing.
I remember,
But there's so many, myths out there. But that type of vaccine had actually been studied, since back in the 60s. I mean, it's been studied, very well studied, and really, but they've pulled a lot of funding on mRNA research, which it's really going to be bad if we have another, pandemic, because that was a very quick way for us to be able to figure out, hey, how can we beat this?
Response.
Yes. Yep. So I know another thing that, as a parent, it feels like, gosh, you're giving your kid, you see the vaccine schedule, which is... Oh,
sure. Yeah.
It's overwhelming when you look at it. I mean, even as
I remember going, well,
provider.
Not me, but my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember going when I was younger, but it just was what it was. You had to do it. And then I got older, and taking Avery, I mean, it was just a thing that's like, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way we thought. Now, regardless, I mean, you think about, I don't know, maybe it was just my culture, where I was raised. I don't know. But I mean, then again, it's hard to talk about because it wasn't during COVID. It was before that she got it.
Before that.
So it's just a strange subject, and it could be a hot button subject.
It can,
like,
and
people can get fired up.
I'm glad this is at least. I'm sure we're probably going to get a lot of comments on this one, and I hope people listen to it in its entirety, because this is not just necessarily an opinion. It's fact, it's science. But what I learned and have learned over the years is that vaccine schedule starts to really start peaking around 6 months for kids.
Oh, okay. Poor
This,
little baby. I get
and
it.
it's, I mean, your heart goes out because you've got this little bitty baby whose legs
And
not
next, and yeah, sure. I
like
mean, I
nurses
remember,
come in and like tag team to
Yeah.
give these
it was always stressful, but
stressful. But the thing is the reason why that time frame, why they have to get those vaccines in at that point, is because that's when baby starts losing mom's immunity. When
Right.
baby is young, when you have a newborn, for the first 6 months, they have mom's immunity, and
Kate, my wife, has amazing immunity. I don't think she hardly ever gets. She like it's wild. Usually it's Avery, then it's me, and then Katie takes care of us both, and then yeah. Well,
somebody in the household has to have a good immunity,
yeah, exactly.
right?
So that's good. That's good. I did not know that. That is pretty cool.
That was one of the. I mean, I knew that a lot of vaccines that the baby can't get as a newborn, moms are encouraged to get it while they're the baby's still in utero. But that was one thing that made sense to me because I remember
Right.
our kids didn't start getting sick until around the 6 month mark, and that's when that immunity starts
That's
to.
interesting.
Baby loses mom's immunity. That means that their immunity coloring book is like wide open.
In the worst possible time,
Yes.
because you're probably going to daycare or babies, and you're around all other. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why there's a schedule and when kids are, most at risk for certain things. When has that vaccine been studied, like at that point of life,
Sure.
to be able to get that? Which vaccines are easy to combo?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Those types of things. So that's why we have that schedule, and we're not an outlier. The European model is almost identical, and that's why we have a lower infant mortality rate.
Right.
But I heard a lot of concern from the pediatricians that practice at these bigger hospitals, UK, U of L, all these hospitals, and they're saying, we're seeing infections like we haven't seen for a while. They're terrified that bacterial meningitis is going to come back.
Okay.
They've practiced through many years.
Right.
They've seen the years where, we didn't have any protection for pertussis, and they treated babies with whooping cough.
We've talked about that on the show. Yep.
Like how big of well, they were just saying like they have nightmares about the babies that they're not able to,
To help to reach the
So very scary.
It is. I mean, it's hard for me. Like once you know the it's just once I know the issue, it's hard to ignore it.
Yes.
Like but then again, it just never was. I don't know. And I'm not saying this is the way it is. I don't want anybody to be like, you're forcing me to blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm just telling you my experience, and just for me, it was always it was just what you did.
Yes.
Like I there was not should we not get, I just don't recall that, but it's, everybody's different and
Everybody
that's
is
okay
different.
too.
And I mean, kudos to parents for doing, their research.
Yeah.
And I want to also talk about vaccine injury because that is a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
There are people that do get sick or suffer adverse reactions from, having a vaccine.
But isn't that what it is?
That's
and you get a little bit of the what it is, and then a comparable amount to where your body could fight it and learn from it,
exactly.
right? Okay.
That's one of the most reported reaction. It's not adverse. Your body is doing exactly
Right.
what it's supposed to be doing. I've heard parents say, "Oh my goodness, I know this vaccine made my child sick." Maybe it did,
Right.
but you know what? It was writing. It was in your child's body enough for it to recognize that it needed to fight against it, so that when it sees this virus 3 years down
Right.
the road, hey, we know what this is. Let's fight it. We've
Right.
already got some antibodies for it. But there are things like what is called like frozen shoulder. Sometimes
I
they're
feel like I've heard that too. Yeah. So you're not talking. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying. So you wouldn't consider that an adverse effect, but
exactly.
so okay, frozen shoulder. So what are we talking about?
So with that, I don't know, you've probably noticed, different vaccines are given in different places.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of babies get their vaccines in their thighs.
Mm-hmm.
When we get older, we start getting vaccines in
Mm-hmm.
our arm. But sometimes people are given vaccines a little too high on the shoulder.
Oh.
They miss that muscle by even a few inches, and it can really
Yeah.
mess up your shoulder for a while. A lot of people have to
Wow.
go to PT because of that.
In the military, I remember getting a shot in my butt.
I mean,
too actually, I think, and I couldn't sit down. So
I'm sure that was really. I remember my dad. My dad was a Marine too, and he
Yeah.
was like, they just pumped you full of like whatever it was.
It was a line. You got in a line, and they were all on either side, and you just went through and you weren't allowed to show any.
No.
Like you couldn't show any emotion
No.
because you're terrified.
Yes, yes,
I was getting yelled at.
yes.
So yeah, okay.
So that's. But we like. So we
I could have got into it too. Yeah.
that is that people do sometimes have, well, maybe a swollen arm,
Sure.
a sore arm.
Yeah.
Very, very normal. But when they're studying vaccines and after vaccines are put into practice, they continue reporting on any kind of adverse reaction. So you could go in, there's a reporting, it's actually a self-reporting system.
Okay.
You could go in and say, I got a flu vaccine today, and then I went to a playground and I fell off of the monkey bars.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be listed as an adverse reaction.
Okay.
Even if so,
You fell off the monkey bars because you can't do monkey bars.
Exactly.
You need to brush up on your monkey bar skills.
Yes. So there are more problems than vaccines. So
Yeah, for sure.
but they do keep that data that you
Right.
enter. And so it's not like it's just, things like that go,
Sure. I mean, you can look at it and you have to tell, if it's viable
What's
or not,
what?
I guess. Yeah.
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 So anyway, I think that's a good thing that, if they start seeing something pop up, and I'll tell you, there's a vaccine where kids, they moved the vaccine recommendation from like the follow-up vaccination from like 4 years old to 12 years old because they saw that kids weren't getting infected, and they weren't getting infected when they were 4, they were getting infected later in life. So they moved that vaccine so that they would be protected when they were most at risk. And so in closing, I want to say, as a public health practitioner, I want people to know these things are heavily studied, and vaccines are to prevent death and serious injury or illness.
Not only to you,
Yes, everyone around you.
Exactly.
And you may have some type of reaction, sore arm, something like that. And you may still get the flu.
Right.
But the point of the vaccine is to prevent death or severe illness.
Right.
Not necessarily.
This isn't a magic wand.
Yes.
We're not. Yeah, I get that.
So
That's
I
good.
think
That's a good thing to point out.
I think we forget about the true
Definitely.
reason for vaccines. And again, the 6 months when those babies are losing what their mother, instilled into their bodies in utero, that's really a time when we don't need to be questioning that vaccine schedule, it's really put together
It's
uniquely.
there for a reason.
Yes, for that population. But my recommendation, absolutely talk to your pediatrician.
Sure.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Corey.
Don't listen to me.
Listen to the physicians. I mean, some of the visits that we have with our pediatrician, I'm like, she probably just wants us to leave because we've been here for like an hour.
It's like, man, it's like you don't have to raise your hand. You could just ask me. Like,
yes, yes.
But what about the again? You don't have to raise your hand.
Yeah, I thought of something else, but at the end of the day, too, there was something else that was brought up on that. I guess it was a Facebook Live, but it was the economic impact of not being vaccinated.
Sure, okay.
It costs when you have to stay home with a kid because they are sick.
Yep.
And then, you're out of work. And then if you have multiple kids, then, I stayed home with little Johnny.
Yep.
Now little Janie has
just gonna work its way through the house, and you can't work. And I didn't even think about that.
So there are cost analysis studies where it shows like, okay, if you're vaccinated, you save money on healthcare.
Yeah.
Because you prevent these illnesses from becoming things that you may be hospitalized for, things like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, not only are the data clear for vaccines being effective, but it even economically, you're saving your family from having to lose work or, so
exactly.
Lots of reasons to get vaccinated. And right now there's so much, it's information overload, but talk to your doctor.
Yes.
They know best. They know you best.
Exactly.
And you really can't go wrong with asking them in the end to, what do they support? When do they think you should have this vaccine?
Right.
In order to most protect you and your family.
Here. I agree. Yeah. You have your own relationship, with your own doctor and pediatrician. Yeah. You're making all the sense right now.
Well, I hope. That's why I wanted to talk about this. We're entering into respiratory virus season. And, what happens is when it gets cold outside, we all go inside.
That's right.
We share food and drink and viruses and bacteria. And that's what, naturally happens.
I was just under the weather about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or so.
It's starting.
It gets you, and I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I can usually work from the computer, but you're right. I mean, if it puts you down, and then Avery got sick, and then you know what I mean. Then you have to go back and forth between school. So I mean, I'm tracking.
It's a domino effect.
It is. It sure is. I think I've learned something. I think my eyes have been opened a little bit, and can anybody go and anybody can go look at this seminar?
And please do.
Okay. What was
it's Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky.
Okay.
And
Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky.
Yes.
On Facebook.
And you probably wouldn't have to search very far into their feed because this was just a couple of weeks ago.
I have it pinned up there. Yeah.
And actually, funny story, Dr. Michael Kudek, who practiced in Winchester, I now think he practices in another hospital. He was Harper's pediatrician. And I will never forget bringing her in as a newborn because I thought she had an ingrown toenail.
Oh.
So.
Which I couldn't even. Oh, gosh.
I mean, it was our first child. I thought it was red, and I was like,
hey, man.
I thought that's why she was crying.
You did exactly what. I mean, I feel like I would do. I mean, yeah. It's my new baby.
Toenail. Yeah.
Oh, I was such a helicopter dad anyway, so, yeah.
I probably wouldn't want to see him face to face now. I would hope he probably wouldn't remember.
Oh yeah, you're the lady that the kid with the hangnail. Anyway.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, and I also called them because I thought she was too cold. I kept taking her temp And I was like, well, she's not warm, but I think she's too cold.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, 2 degrees.
Yeah. What's going on? And I even
not
called the
thermometer.
hospital.
Hey, man, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. Avery once, yes, and I'm sorry, this will be it.
Okay.
But one time Avery tripped over, and I'm not gonna get into why I hate the rug. I always hated this rug. Hated this table. The rug. She's learning to walk. Don't know why the rug was in there. Anyways, big rope rug, right?
Oh,
it looked great from Pottery Barn, right?
I'm sure.
It looked great. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, I've heard everybody say, you're a helicopter dad, right? And so I'm like, we got to let her, fall sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to step, this is the moment. I'm like, I just got off work, just picked her up. Like, I'm going to let you we'll see. Trips over the rug. I go to grab, like, the table where I think she's going to hit her little head, misses my area, and there's a lower tier, and she hits right in her nose. I'll never forget the sound and the failure I felt. And she was bleeding, crying.
That baby.
She was fine in like 1 minute. I, on the other hand, bawling. I have blood all down my shirt because I'm holding her, just like, So I call Mom, and like, she fell. And then we pop in the car, and we're racing to the hospital. And I walk in there, and they're like, "Sir, we're like, where are you hurt? Are you
Stop?
Seriously, in the
Stop.
ER?" And I'm like, "No, it's her. She fell." And everybody's fine. She's just sitting there totally fine.
But actually, it is me.
I look like I've been shot in the shoulder, and I'm like bawling. But it's like, no, she was totally fine. They did the, it was good. They took her in. They did the whole scan. She was totally fine. But I was a mess.
Thank goodness. And kids are so resilient, though. Yeah, you're gonna have to calm me down. I'm still not okay.
Yeah.
Look at you, like you still. I'm the same way.
I remember the sound of it. Oof. So
and anything you can like mark it down for any time you find yourself feeling like less than. You got a list of that, but can't
remember other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I'm a helicopter dad. That's
funny. And that's okay. We're all kinds of different parents, and I guess I just wanted this to be a source of true information.
Yeah.
From the experts. And please follow Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky.
Check it out yourself.
Lots of information. So much so that our whole staff ended up watching this live. Cool. Not live, I should say. We did watch Facebook, it but at our last staff meeting. And so I thought enough of it for it to take up an hour and a half, of our employees' time.
Okay, sounds like there was good knowledge there, good training, and I've learned. I hope you all have learned a lot. Maybe things that you didn't think were there before. That if you had any shortcomings on, on any vaccines or any of the science there, it sounds like this is the thing to go and
definitely
watch. Okay,
these are the people to listen to. I just wanted to kind of shorten it for a podcast, but hopefully it will leave more people with, hey, I this is interesting. I want to go, see what the professionals have to say. So,
I think we did it.
Yes. Thanks for joining us on another Keeping Us Well in Woodford here. And until next time.
Until next time.